We begin with the starting lineup presented by good friends over at City. R.A. Dickey, stopper. R.A. Dickey, ace. R.A. Dickey, all-star game starter. R.A. Dickey, Cy Young. I mean, Sal, we got to have the conversation. I'm as surprised as anyone else. The scoreless inning streak is now at 24 2/3, leads the majors with 9 wins. The Mets were on a 3-game losing streak. A steam was in the toilet after the inability to get into first place on Tuesday. R.A. Dickey takes the mound this afternoon on SNY, stops the bleeding. Wow, I can't get enough.
Shuts them down. As you said, the crushing defeats prior to the Nationals. You just had that confidence, though, in R.A. Dickey to go out there. Shine, look, even the biggest R.A. Dickey supporter could never have imagined this. The guy has been unreal, as you said. Cy Young, also, all those things, all the strikeouts, going deep into games. The one thing that I love about it, though, he's consistent. He is reliable. You can now look at the paper every 5th day, and when you see R.A. Dickey penciled in, you know the Mets have a more than good chance to win that ball game. Same thing today against the Nats. R.A. Dickey was just tremendous. Stopper.
You reminded me of a line that I used on Loud Mouse. That my big fear about R.A. Dickey was that he was going to morph back into R.A. Dickey, being a journeyman, and maybe Nuxie would stop working. And, you know, I stand by those comments, Sal, when I made them. But you're right. I mean, you look in the paper in the morning and you see that he's pitching. You're saying, all right, Mets are going to win. I mean, that's the best thing that you could say about a starting pitcher. And look, you just analyze his performance. He should be starting for the National League in the All-Star game. You
know, there's nobody better right now. We talked about it the last couple of days. Johan and Dickey, the best 1-2 punch in all of baseball, you could argue. But Dickey's even better than Johan. He has just, it's unbelievable. You can look at the numbers fine, but watch him pitch. He's pitching with a confidence that he's never had before. He's a quick worker. He goes out there expecting to dominate the opposition, and he has done just that.
There's a different feel every time he pitches, changes the conversation. Mets are on a 3-game losing streak. It's great watching him work.
It was tremendous to watch him this afternoon. Now, with Jason Bay back and Ike Davis struggling, there's some talk of possibly moving Lucas Duda to first base. What? No way. Leave Duda alone. Duda's found his power stroke of late. Another homer, of course, today, making it 5 homers in his last 6 games, 6 homers in his last 11. That is the kind of power that the Mets have desperately been missing. He's also been pretty solid in right field. Just leave him alone in right field. Neuenhuis in center. Leave those two out there. You start Bay in left. That is your outfield moving forward. I don't like moving these guys around, Sean. You want to get Ike Davis down, fine, I have no problem with that. Move Murphy over, but leave the young outfield alone.
See, I totally disagree with you, and I thought Kevin Burkhardt gave everybody a great nugget in the ball game yesterday on the coverage on SNY, saying Duda was starting to take some ground balls at first base. Good. Terry Collins is getting it. Because Lucas Duda right now is on fire. You take a look at Lucas Duda, 5 home runs in the last week. Ike Davis can't hit water if he fell out of a boat.
Yeah.
I love Ike Davis. I thought he was going to be the face of the franchise. He can't field his position. He's clearly pressing. He's hitting under 200. For the sake of him and for the team, he's an automatic out right now. He's got to go down. So who plays first base? I'm not moving Daniel Murphy. I know how bad he's been without question. I'm not moving him over to first base. So Lucas Duda needs to be at first base. Now, Jason Bay didn't play today, even though he was active, because he had the flu. You know, you take a look at it right now. I mean, Jason Bay should DH against the Yankees or against the Tampa Rays. But honestly, I wouldn't even start Jason Bay in the outfield. Hairston's better. Neuenhuis is better. Torres is better, and put Duda over at first base.
Yeah, no, I disagree. Look, I agree with you on Ike. I think it's been a long time coming. He's got to go down for the benefit of him and the team, like you said. Okay, now that leaves first base open. Slide Murphy over. I'm leaving Duda alone because
you're going to mess with Murphy. I know he can't catch a cold right now, but you can't mess around with him.
You're going to mess with Duda. Duda is the right fielder of the future. He's finally starting to have some power. He's been solid out there in right. Why mess with that? He's still learning to play the position. Leave him alone and leave Neuenhuis, for the love of God. Leave him in center field.
Every day in center field.
Every day.
Every day.
And that is it.
That we agree on.
You want to spot start Hairston? I have no problem with that. You want to give Torres a spot start and Bay? That's fine. But the bottom line is you have to leave Neuenhuis alone in center and leave Duda alone in right.
Duda's my everyday first base.